I mean, I really respect in a game, especially an indie game, to like really feel like it's capturing what it's talking about. Like that's a big deal. All right, update the game. Looks good. And let's pop open Mothmen 1966. This one might be more appropriate for let me see. Oh, sorry. It's not showing up real quick. Let me see if I can capture that window. There we go. Okay. Yeah, there it is. That was a detailed game. Your GPA is in law as a mortician. Oh. That's interesting, Brandon. Thank you for sharing. Amoth Katie 1966. Got it. Exactly. So I think I posted this to Twitter, and but I think that the way that we figure out how someone is a Mothman is we have to ask them 3 questions to see how they feel about these. Do they love lamp? Are they obsessed with sweaters, especially consuming them? Do they frequently invite you to pose eerily on bridges late at night? If we can answer these 3 questions, we may be able to determine if a person is a Mothman. You did make that moth, Katie. That's right. That's right. I remember that now. Because Katie is such a RGB light enthusiast. Oh, man. All right, let me adjust the desktop audio, because it is very quiet right now. Turned it down for Mortician's Tale, because I had a couple notes that just kind of spiked every now and then. Let's see, what settings do we got? English, message speed, delay, volume already at max. All right. Well, bring out your popcorn. Let's go figure out what's happening in 1966 related to Mothmen. Oh, I couldn't select anybody. 3 red and 5 black in the discard pile. Of the 6 cards face up on the counter, 2 are red and 4 are black. Yes, enthusiast in all caps, 100%. So 5 red in all and 9 black. You have no more moves, so you have to bet now. Red card? Red card. So many black cards drawn, it feels natural to choose red. Numbers should be on your side. Exactly, like, it's obviously why I picked red, right? We all knew what we were getting into. Even though you've already chosen, you decide to stay away from the counter. You can't bear losing again. You think of your grandma, Elsie, trying to win at solitaire for over 60 years. You take a deep breath and keep sweeping. Oh, Elsie's been paralyzed from the waist down since she was 21. Your mom was only 2 months old. How do we feel about the sound the text makes? Feel free to sound off if that's too loud, annoying, or should go away. The winter Elsie taught you to play solitaire. Your parents and sister had been dead for almost a year, and you'd already begun to forget their faces. Although you cook for her, do her laundry, bathe, and even dress her, it still feels like she's the one taking care of you. You close your eyes and almost feel Elsie stroking your hair. You're 11 years old again, kneeling next to her bed, crying your heart out. Suddenly, the bell rings and you feel an invisible force trying to drag you into the present. Oh, wait. Yeah, let's look through. Oh, that's what. Okay, I thought someone had entered, so I'm like, why am I gonna look through the window? No, it's just the bell, attendant bell for the gas station. If I sound off, I will. Okay, they're odious. Those fucking kids. The first brat's followed by 2 more. They step on the hose and activate the bell for a second and a third time. If you sound off, you won't be able to hear me. Fair enough, fair enough. Right, children. Ah. Unaccompanied minors. Fucking the worst. You don't know what comes over you, but you yell some things at them. That you're not too ashamed. That you're too ashamed to remember. You justify yourself thinking that they might be the ones who got into your garage that night and stole some parts of the replica machine gun you're building. Oh shit. Uh-oh. You won't let anyone mess with your project. The Winans steam machine gun is the jewel of your collection. You did that to businesses at night? Oh no. The kids yell at you, old freak, and laugh, sheltered by the distance. Deep down, you know that it can't be them. How would they know which parts of the machine gun were worth stealing? Anyway, that guard dog's being brought over in a few days, and you'll be able to stop worrying. Check the hose. It's fine. I just stepped on it. Go back inside. 100%. You try to calm down. You look at the shelves and think of the solitaire your grandma taught you. Your grandma always said that everyone has their place in the world, and that people keep dancing around it without ever reaching it. To win this solitaire, you have to stop dancing. You know that the chances of winning are incredibly low. Almost zero. You can't bring yourself to turn over the next card and decide to start sorting the shelves instead. Was it? I mean, that's fair. Not terrible, but you know, not 100% great. That's totally fair. I was rarely outside as a child. Or if I was rarely out of our yard when I was outside. We didn't live near any businesses that could be heckled at night. Doing simple jobs builds up your self-confidence. It provides you some illusion of control. Oh shit. I like how those all crossed. That's fair, Odious. That's fair. Metal top. Yeah, let's go. Go for broke. Let's get that bottle. Oh shit. Replace something from the lower shelf. Box. Upper shelf. Empty. Something from the middle. Bottle. Lower. Hand. Middle. Empty. Check shelves. I did it. Good. One type of product on each shelf. All in a day's work. A car. A four-wheeled horse. You scratch your head. This time, sorting the shelves doesn't help. You feel the same urgency as before, and you can't think of anything else. Is the card going to be read? You need it to be read. Suddenly, the air seems heavy, and you find it a bit difficult to breathe. 3 men in black are staring at you. G-men. Through the window, you see a black Cadillac by the pump. Yes? You wish you'd asked them how they got into the station without you hearing the door open. Or how they left the car there without the bell ringing. That trembling yes was the only thing you managed to utter. The moose. The moose? After a few seconds of not receiving any response, you decide to break the silence. Give them directions to the moose. Continue straight until the first crossroads and turn right. After a while, you'll see the bar past the barn with the painted cross. You can't miss it. None of the men in black open their mouths. Every second that passes, the smile in your face feels more and more ridiculous. The moose. You bought a woman a whiskey. You don't know if it's the right move, but you try to relax and be more friendly. Do you know of a more effective way to socialize? You told her the dream about your grandma. A chill runs through your body. It's been a few weeks since that night. And even though you had a good time with Martha and have no regrets, something about the way these men in black ask their questions makes you uneasy. What do you want to know? Granny in the forest. One of the men further back lets out a cracking noise. You look at him, believing he's laughing, but the man in black's expression doesn't change. I think I'm just gonna cave. I've already told them immediately. They said moose. I'm like, man, further down the road, turn left, past the barn. It's right there. They got me. They totally cracked. My grandma, she's been bedridden for over 60 years. But in the dream, I saw her running through the woods. Start from the beginning, and don't omit any details. You don't know if it's the way they look at you or because of a certain authority in their voice, but you tell them everything about that dream. 5 or 6 weeks ago, you woke up in the middle of the night, certain that something had happened to your grandma. You ran up to her bedroom, and Elsie wasn't in bed. The window was wide open. You ran to it and saw someone walking through the trees. It was her. She was holding a rifle of the kind your ancestors would have carried in the Civil War. A musket? You tried to call out to her. Your grandma started running and shot 2 or 3 times into the blackness of the forest. You were about to go down to find her when a winged figure with glowing red eyes appeared in front of the window and screamed. You stumbled backwards. After hitting your head on the bedpost, you lost consciousness. Oh shit. Dude, are you okay? That doesn't sound good. Did you get checked out for a concussion? Did you hit yourself that hard? You woke up in your bed and remembered the dream almost instantly. You went up the stairs 2 at a time and opened the door to her room. Your grandmother slept peacefully on the bedside table. On the bedside table was the glass of milk you bring her every night, and the deck of cards she uses to play solitaire. During the days that followed, you tried to convince yourself that it all had been a dream. Even though you couldn't explain where the little stitches at the base of your skull had come from. Oh shit. What? After a few seconds, one of the men in black speaks again. The The spots on her legs predate her birth. Holt. What? What is he talking about? Is he referring to the dozens of moles on your grandmother's legs? And what do they mean by saying those spots predate her birth? Elsie always makes the same joke when you sponge her calves. Be thankful that you have to clean my legs, and not my grandfather's. According to what she told you, her granddad had been shot dead by an experimental weapon early in the Civil War. When his legs were ripped to shreds. Oh shit. The Winnin steam gun, son. Machine gun that doesn't appear in any book. Oh. You think about the replica you're putting together in the workshop. You wonder if it was the men in black who had stolen those pieces. You're not telling anyone else about this visit, Holt. You start to complain when the men in black picks up a card from the counter. The top card of the deck. Whoa! The crunch horrifies you. The teeth of the man in black seem to tear more than simply paper. What the fuck? Desperate, you throw yourself under the counter and look for the card. Your heart is pounding. And they're gone. You look out the window and you don't see the Cadillac. You walked up where the car was parked a few moments ago. You step on the hose, and the bell rings. What the fuck? Jack of diamonds. Red, I knew it. You think about the edge of one of the men in black. The edge one of the men in black tore off. And you remember the noise he made when he chewed it. Was it a threat? A warning? You wonder if you should tell your grandma everything that happened, or just keep your mouth shut. And keep playing solitaire with a marked card. Turn that down just a tiny bit. Yeah, stepping on the hose brought us back to reality. It sure did. Also, I love the, like, budget Gambit who just bites into a card and throws it on the ground and then walks away. It's such an odd thing that clearly shook us. Because we immediately dove to the ground to look at the card, giving the men, you know, clear time to get out of the shop and drive away. It's interesting. Chapter 1. What's wrong? I told you it's nothing. What does it mean? I know, right? That damn pause again. There's something she's not saying. A Mustang purrs. You shake your head, feeling sad inside. The sound of an engine hides no secrets. Lee, you're right. You bite your lip and sigh. Why is everything so damn hard? See, you took the blue pills. You weren't supposed to take them that early. That's why. Lee, that's why you have to drive to a hospital now. It's been 4 hours. Victoria settles into her seat. Let's start over, okay? Where are we going? Turn it down just a little bit. Answer the question. It's a surprise. That's hardly an answer. Please! No, Vic. Have some patience. You'll never forget this night. Victoria giggles, and you think this is the best gift in the world. No. For a moment, you forget all the previous discussions, your obsessions. A giggle, a friendly gesture, making someone feel good ain't rocket science. You look at the clock and can't believe your eyes. You left your house on time, but you're pretty late. You wonder how long the blue pill path lasted for Neo? I mean, it lasted 4 movies, right? How could you manage to step on the gas? Lee. Lee! You scratch the side of your head. Wow, you really hate being told how to drive. Lee? Why doesn't she just tell you to slow down? You take your foot off the gas. Thanks. You're trying your best. You really think Victoria could be the one. The one. Neo, one might say. He was hardwired in. Yeah. Every sense of the word. Your dad once said the perfect woman doesn't exist. Couples form when people get tired of looking and just give up. Dad sounds like such a romantic. You remember your mother's rants? All those women's names she rattled off as if they were part of an endless grocery list. The fuck? You won't end up like him. Anything but that. You try to smile and force yourself to be more cheerful. You want a clue? Yes? Victoria looks into your eyes, and you feel a warmth on your face that takes you by surprise. You felt the same thing the first time you saw her in college. You keep looking at her for a few seconds that seem like forever. What? Do I have a booger? College-age people saying that. Where? You can't help laughing out loud and have a hard time containing the urge to kiss her. You're still driving. Give her a clue about the date. She's clearly interested. Oh, that kind of date, damn it. It happened 100 years ago. Victoria answers almost immediately. After all, you're both majoring in history. The end of the Civil War. No, not in 1865. I mean exactly 100 years ago, Vic. Let me think about that then. You're running out of time. There was a cholera outbreak in 1866, right? Cold. And how twisted do you think I am to set up a date themed around a cholera outbreak from a century ago? You've seen enough movies to know how this drive ends. 100%. This is not going well for either of them. And for a century ago. Yeah, cholera outbreak. Okay, give her a clue about the myth. One would be a source of superstition. But we're talking thousands. A source of superstition. A black cat. Victoria looks at you expectantly, desperate to be right. Freezing cold. Give her a clue about the origin. It comes from far away. Victoria makes a gesture to you to complete the sentence. You just shrug. It comes from far away. I mean, that could be anything. Guess then. Circus? No, Vic. Just give me a minute. You won't guess it unless... You reach out to open the glove box, and Victoria grabs your wrist. Better leave it to me. I know exactly. What the fuck are you doing? Just tell her there's something in the goddamn glove box. Cthulhu. It all comes back to the Eldritch Horror. Victoria opens the glove box and examines its contents. A folder? A box? A flashlight? What are you looking for exactly? We're driving to Endsmith. Oh no. Oh no. Are we from the Miskatonic University? Are we graduate students from there? Shit. We were dead from the beginning. We never had a chance. Look at the folder. Victoria opens the folder and examines the documents. Some papers, insurance details. You want me to read some of this? You shake your head. Box. Victoria takes out the box and opens it. Let's see what you've been hiding. You think about saying something, but you instantly regret it and keep your mouth shut. Spare change, a lighter, a pack of cigarettes. Nothing to worry about, I reckon. Keep looking, please. Look under the flashlight. A book. Don't read it out loud, whatever you do. No books. Read it, use your mental voice, not your physical voice. Books of the dead, eldritch summoning spells, even, satanic stuff. It's better just to not read it out loud. The Shoggoths, right? All the way down. When did they make that movie? 1966 Shelby Mustang? The Cower Handbook? No, not that. What else? Tell her to see if there's something more. Already got everything out. What's this discolored portion then, huh? 1 second, there's this too. Victoria stretches out her hand and you finally grab the map you wanted. It was folded against the bottom of the glove box. You start talking and Victoria interrupts you. Hold that thought while I put everything back. You put the map on the dashboard while Victoria puts away the folder, the box, the flashlight. Vic, you know the way I like it tidy in there. Ha! Very funny. Vic flicks through the book she found. Red Badge of Courage. Have you read this book 1,000 times already? You know she's testing you. Vic knows exactly why you carry it everywhere. The novel that portrays the era you're obsessed with like no other. For a history major, she's not a good investigator. I mean, to be fair, she's not, writing a research paper on it. She's not like an anthropology major. I do like how we had to take absolutely everything out of the GD glove box and itemize it. And then say, nope, not that. Nope, not that. What the hell is this? Suddenly you remember you're using the pencil sketch that Victoria drew of you in one of your classes as a bookmark. A sketch she begged you with tears in her eyes to destroy, and you swore you already had. Vic, I'm sorry. I swear. Watch out! You swerve to avoid a shape in the road. Victoria looks back. Lee. We almost ran that thing over. You put your hand on Vic's shoulder, trying to reassure her. Victoria points ahead. Just keep your eyes on the road, please. Here it is, right? She's doing it again, telling you how to drive. The fuck, dude? Get out of your own ass. You almost hit something. Okay, to be fair, if you almost run into a shape, a person-sized shape in the middle of the road, you kind of deserve to be told how to drive a little bit. I'm just gonna put that out there. At least this time, she came right out with it instead of just saying Lee disarmingly. Yeah, because you clearly need to be told what to do because you're too busy, flirting with her. You try to control yourself, but it's hard. It's so hard. You're just bursting at the seams. You could explode at any moment. You're so hard. It's not just this last thing. The build-up of all the small gestures. No, this is the 60s? You can't just say that shit. That's true. That's right. Yeah, this is the 60s. You don't tell a man how to drive. Especially if you're a woman. Ugh. You take the map and throw it on her lap. Victoria raises her arms in disbelief. The Leonids, Victoria. We're going to have dinner watching the Leonids. Victoria says nothing. Forgive me for trying to arrange the perfect date. I think you kind of fucked up, I gotta say, if you were trying to do that. You try to keep silent, but you can't hold it in. Oh boy. A meteor shower. Phenomenon associated with the passage of the Tempel-Tuttle comet every 33 years. Victoria keeps staring ahead. In 1866, there was one of the most spectacular meteor showers ever recorded. I saw some lithographs in the library. Victoria doesn't even move. You actually been a dick to her this whole time. Everyone makes a wish on a shooting star. Imagine how many wishes you can make with thousands of stars shooting through the sky. Yeah, wow, dude, way to fuck that shit up. And that's not how it works. You don't get to wish on every single shooting star in a meteor shower. You get one, buddy. You get one wish. You don't get a million wishes. Victoria settles in her seat. You know what, Lee? Shut up. Shut up. You've never heard that tone before from her. She sounds like a New York taxi driver. Shut up. Just keep quiet until we reach. She pauses as she examines the map you threw on her lap. Holt Station? You feel your heart pounding. Your hands are shaking. You have a rage issue. And you are horribly insecure in your masculinity. That's what she wants. For you to keep quiet. For you not to say a goddamn word. Your hands grip the wheel tight. All the preparations you've made for tonight. All the gaslighting. All of the lying. All of the being an asshole. It was all for this. Your friend Freddie had worked out the ideal place to see them in all their splendor. Away from the city lights. Yeah, maybe one of them will grant her a decent man. That's fair. You know what? Victoria gets 1,000 wishes. Gets to try out 1,000 different people who could potentially be an actual decent human being. And when you noticed Holt Station was inside the area, you didn't hesitate. But now Vic had ruined it. It was her and her not wanting you to run into things in the middle of the road. Her who wanted you to obey basic traffic laws. Her who you were distracted by and almost ran into a person in the middle of the road. Her fault. And here comes the Mothman, the true protagonist of the story, coming to take out the crappy Lee. What the duck? Oh, sorry, what? What the fuck? Something hits the Mustang's antenna. What the hell is that? Some kind of hellbat? Stop, Lee, stop. Stop the fucking car. You slam on the brakes instinctively. You put a hand in front of Victoria to keep her from hitting the windshield. Because it's the 1960s and no one wears seatbelts. You get out of the car and find a dead bat in front of the headlights. The animal had hit the antenna and somehow got entangled. You can't believe it. What are the odds of something like this happening? Bats have some advanced echolocation system? Like a submarine sonar? Good job, Mom. As long as he didn't try the, was it George Costanza? Or whatever. There's a thing on Seinfeld where you slam on the brakes and you put your arm out instinctively to protect your female companion from hitting the windshield, and it's an opportunity for a grope. Seinfeld had some questionable shit in it. The same odds as finding a decent male, I would guess. Oof, good point. That was the one decent male in the area was a bat, and we ran into it. The 60s were a difficult time. What starts as a simple grunt in your throat emerges as a helpless scream. What? Look! This is what I get for trying to do something different. We should have gone to the movies. Sorry, girl, the bat tried. The bat did try. Lee. Vic's whispering. It doesn't take long to see why. Over there, the coyote is watching you from where the dark of the forest meets the light of the moon. Vic, we got this. We're gonna wolf fight. It's not interested in us. You point to the dead bat. They're scavengers. You hear a growl that quickly multiplies. Suddenly you're surrounded. Wait a minute. Coyotes aren't native to this area. Wolves are. I've made a terrible miscalculation. Oh, wait, no. It's not the first time you've faced coyotes in the woods. Seriously? What the fuck have you been doing, Lee? We aren't taking any chances. When I say run to the car as fast as you can, you try to recall all the advice you've heard for situations like this. Make lots of noise, wave your arms around, do the Macarena, moon them, and generally flip them off. One of the coyotes in front of you approaches. Run to the car! Now! The coyote closest to you leaps forward with a savage bite. Encouraged by your screams, the rest of the coyotes soon join the feast. Well, that was a quick death. But hey, I mean, maybe Victoria could have escaped. Let's try that. One of the coyotes in front of you approaches. Yell and gesture. You know, one of the coyotes on this side of the car. Center. Yell at him. Yeah. It's like whack-a-mole, but it's yell at coyote mole. Another coyote advances. You look into its watery, bloodshot eyes. Yell and gesture. On this side of the car. Wait, is that... Oh, shit. Is that his left? Or is that his right? That's his left? Okay, good. Shit. Yell and gesture. Yeah, one of the coyotes on this side of the car. Right. Oh, shit. Yeah. I was not paying attention. That scared the shit out of me, that noise. Because I thought I had that down. I wasn't paying close enough attention at all. One of the coyotes in front of you approaches. Yell and gesture. This side of the car. Coyote in the center. Bam! Another coyote advances. You look into its watery, bloodshot eyes. And you say, feeling lucky? Punk. You feeling lucky? Did I shoot 6 shots? I shoot 25. This side of the car. On my left. Bam! Yell and gesture. This side of the car. On your right. Shit. 3 coyotes advance at once. Yelling or waving your arms around won't be enough this time. What if I just try it again anyway? Let's bang on the car. Obey the car god. The car god knows all. The trick seemed to work. Now all coyotes back down. No coyote advanced this time. It's your chance to get on the offensive. I don't have a stone. Do I have a stone? When did I get a stone? Run the fucking car. Now! You try to reach the car, but your ferocious teeth intercept you. Encouraged by your screams, the rest of the coyotes soon join the feast. Okay, I just want to try it. Okay. Yell and gesture. Center. I honestly thought it would autosave. Sorry about this. Yell and gesture. That. Left. Yell and gesture. This side. Right. Won't be enough. If only I had the ability to bang on the hood. The The trick seemed to do the work, and all the coyotes back down. No coyote advance this time. It's your chance to go on the offensive. For a stone. You crouch down and find 4 stones. You pick them up. On the other side, don't throw a stone. I mean, what the fuck am I even trying to do? Game? Throw to one of the coyotes on this side. Why not? On the other side. Coyote behind you. I see you. The coyote retreats into the dark of the forest. Throw a stone. Other side. Behind you to your right. So if we can back up around the top of the car, then we can get in. And the coyotes won't be... Excuse me, won't be near us. Oh. Or I guess we just throw it at all coyotes. To the right. The car's clear. Oh, we picked up 4. Center. Yeah. Stone flies to the right of the middle coyote, making the closest one to it also retreat. Run to the car. No! You get in the car, close the doors, and Victoria starts laughing. Although you know the reaction is more adrenaline than anything else, you start laughing too, and then kiss her. You start up the car, and the V8 roars into life. You resume the trip. After a few wordless minutes, you suddenly remember something. Holt, Vic. We're going to Holt's gas station. Victoria starts whistling. The doubts, the fears. Everything seems to be a bit ridiculous now. Think about the plans you made for tonight and smile. I'd really like to hear her whistle. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, fuck yeah. We don't have to play as stupid-ass Lee. Victoria. Lee turns off the car and looks you in the eye. He smiles. And that smile seriously pisses you off. Smile back. You try to return the smile, but you feel the hatred burning inside you. But it's not just Lee. The problem goes deeper. Why did you choose to smile? Why is it so hard to tell him? Wait here, Vic. I swear you won't believe it. You bite your lip and take a deep breath. You see him greet someone. Shit, I clicked it too fast. Lee had written Holt Station on the map he'd thrown on your lap 20 minutes ago. He written by hand, and it might as well have said Hort Station or Halt Station. Hell Station, even. Oh, some foreshadowing, maybe? Mayhaps? Lee's handwriting has always been intriguing to you. That's a kind way to put it. Remember the time you mentioned it to him, and you responded with a disproportionate anger. A nonsensical rant, which involved several philosophers of language. Oh, he's one of those guys who backs up his anger with sources. Shit. And all because you told him his handwriting was dreadful. But now you know where those reactions come from. That night you two got drunk by the lake. Lee told you that his father would have wanted to be born ugly. After the initial surprise, you couldn't stifle a belly laugh, and Lee looked down. For a few minutes, he didn't want to tell you anything else. He finally convinced him to continue. I always got what I wanted just by smiling. Ugly people have to develop other muscles. Unfortunately, those other muscles are the ones that last. Oh, damn. You couldn't believe those words had come out of the mouth of a flesh and blood human being. Maybe some poorly written character from a cheap romantic novel, but Lee's father? Or a suspiciously written character from a horror game might say that. One could also, wager. You pictured Lee that night, throwing pebbles from the shore while telling you everything about his father's teachings. Each. All that frustration. Was that the night you got pregnant? Oh, shit! Vic! Dropping that bomb on us? Ooh. We'd both been drinking. Suddenly, you find it difficult to breathe. That's a stretch. A horror game? I mean, you know, that's fair. Suddenly, you find it difficult to breathe. The interior of the car feels like it's getting smaller, smaller. You need some air. Let's don't say anything. You close the door and slowly you know what Lee is like with his new car. So slowly you know what Lee is like with his new car. You breathe in the cool night air. Victoria? Vic, this is Holt. Holt, Victoria. Yeah, woo, PTSD. Yeah, oh shit. Victoria's going through one. She needs some me time right now. Hello? You respond to the greeting, but they don't seem to care that much. See, exactly. They're in their own world right now, and you need to be in your own one right now. Just feeling what you're feeling and working through it. Be right back, Vic. You see, they're off already. You see them walk away with a box they took out of the trunk. And from the effort Holt's putting in it, it seems heavy. What's inside that box? You're not stupid. You know what Lee has some business on the side beyond his work as an intern at the university. But it's always Lee time. No. No. Also, nice one. You heard some rumors, and you have your suspicions. However, you never did too much digging. Some things you just don't want to know. I prefer to keep it a mystery, something to make Lee a little more interesting. That's an odd way to put it. I mean, it could also be keeping yourself clean of it. Light a cigarette. Would Lee be a good father? That's an ominous stare. Oh my lord. And the question that you still haven't had the courage to ask. Would you be a good mother? The clicks repeat at irregular intervals. Small moths approach the light to be electrocuted. Is that love, Victoria? You laugh and shake your head from side to side like you just don't care. Yeah, no, he really wouldn't. He 100% wouldn't. You mean, will this man who has anger issues and will get angry at the drop of a hat, will he be a good father? You know, I think the answer is in the question itself. But yeah, I mean, Victoria might. She seems all right. You think of all the manuscripts you've torn up. You've tried poetry, drawing. History seemed like an obvious choice. You don't need any talent to be a historian. Throw on that absolute shade on any history majors. Whoa. Incredible. What is this? The sky? Trees? Oh, a puddle? This man who somehow isn't an alcoholic on top of his anger issues? Yeah, I know, right? Dear Lord. G-Men. Hello? The man talks to himself while holding something in his hand. Have you seen any winged creatures flying over the area yet? Probably sky trees, you know? That's a good call. Hanging low from the clouds? Yeah, sky trees. I mean, yeah, it turns out no, but I couldn't figure what the fuck that was. Sky trees sounded just as plausible. For a moment, you think he's asking some kind of tricky question, and you remain silent. Is it tree Lou? Oh, God. That's why they all ran out of the convenience store at once, as they all suddenly got like horrible bowel movements. Is that what you're saying? However, something about him tells you that he's genuinely asking. You look at the man bathed in the shine of the streetlight, and the scene fascinates you. Surreal, some of your old friends would have said. The ones that organized poetry nights and read Le Tremont. Le Tremont, probably. That's probably closer. Excuse me, you are... Oh yes, sorry, hi. Lou Hill. Whoa! Odious. How heckin' close can you get without actually putting Lou Hill? For Tree Lou. I mean, Lou Tree? That's a lie. It's Lou Tree. Exactly. When I'm undercover, I go by Lou Hill. No one ever suspects a thing. Hills and trees are 100% different. Writer. Victoria Greenberry. History student. Winged creatures, Mr. Hill. Lou, please. No, I'm Victoria. Can I call you Victoria? You're not. I'm looking into about a dozen reports, Victoria. Numerous witnesses claim to have seen human-sized winged creatures flying over the area. Angels? Really? That's your first guess? Also odious. Oh my god. One Tree Hill was his brainchild, actually. Oh my god. It makes so much sense. It just makes so much sense. He's a writer. His name that he goes by is Lou Hill, when actually his name is Lou Tree. Mind blowing, right? Exactly. Everything just connects together. It's nice when you finally unravel something to a point where you can see how it all connects. Also, Victoria, angels, really, that's your first guess? Lou smiles, but the smile doesn't last long on his face. Look here at the top of the trees. It won't take you long to find one. You aim at the area Lou just told you. Everything's blurry, so you decide to adjust the binoculars. Shit. I think the focusing will, right? Shit. Left. Right? No, it was left. Left. Nope. Move right. Back. Yeah, the diopter. Opter. Move that left. You move the diopter one to the left and notice the change in your left eye. Fuck. That's when you get chloroformed? Yeah. Hey, look through these binoculars. Yeah. Move right. Changing your right. Back. Focusing wheel. Move right. That's way off. This looks better, so I need to get the fucking right eye. Move right. The right, and notice the change in your left eye. Or I need to make them match. That's it. Okay, so they match now. Back. Focusing wheel. Move it left. Move it left. What the? It was just a second, but you think you saw something up there. Was it suggestion? Chance? Random encounters? Possibly an encounter of a third kind? I don't think they're angels, Victoria. I think they're gargoyles. Now we, smash cut into the gritty reboot of the cartoon, the Gargoyles cartoon. I think it's got to be done. But before I tell you my theory, I need your help. Could you draw on this notebook what you just saw? Why? Hmm. At any other time, you'd have refused with some witty comment. But there's something about Lou Hill that invites you to play along. That's a red flag. Why? Why do I have to draw on it? I wonder if the fact that he presented himself as a writer had something to do with it. Victoria, what are you doing? Show the head. Shit. Alien-like head. The body. Human chest with wide wings. Or the legs. Wide hips and short legs. Same energy, right? I mean, that picture was... That was not a happy smile. Let's redraw the legs. Let's do thin insect-like legs. Damn. That hip. Body. Chicken wings. Redraw the head. Little owl head. Oh. Redraw the body. Yeah, wide. Thigh gap, right? I mean, look at that. Dear Lord, yeah. That's what happens when you spend your life, spend 40 years, you know, just riding horses. That's what the cowboys used to have. The legs they couldn't move in any further. Skipped leg day. He skipped leg day and he just always spread out wherever they sat. Redraw the legs. Demon from Death Note. I mean, it pretty much is. Bird-like legs. Redraw the body. It was more like this, right? The head was more like an alien. Right? Or was it a large little owl? Little owl. Body. It wasn't that tubby though. That. Yeah. A human chest. Yeah. Give Lou the notebook. Before giving it back, you write some notes, further describing what you saw. You hadn't asked for them, but somehow they make you feel less anxious. You never felt confident about your work. Lou looks at the notebook for a few seconds that feel too long. You think about that time you showed your sketches to your art teacher and how he embarrassed you in front of the rest of the class. What a fucker. God. As a teacher, you're supposed to encourage, not shame. Motherfucker. What? Sorry. I was talking to myself. You can't help but blush, because you said the MFer word out loud. Victoria. For once, you're glad to hear Lee's voice. Ooh, damn. Is this a person that you think would be a good father? No. You don't want to hear his voice ever. That's not a good sign for your relationship. All good? Although he seems to be talking to you, Lee keeps staring at Lou. Lou Hill. I'm a writer. Writer. Lou, I knew it. It was on his hand. Lee Miller, historian. For a second, I thought this was Lou and Lee just in an embrace. Like, hey, good to meet you. He was a male and she's trying to do art. That's true. It is the 60s. And any pathetic thing that a man does has to be praised, and any great thing that a woman does has to be shunned. It's true. Lee walks over to you, put his arms around you, his back to Lou, and Lou stabs him in the back when presented with the opportunity. You know he must have been annoyed that New introduced himself as a writer. Although it's hard for you to admit it, you like to be hugged. You feel safe. You know, I don't think Lee would inspire that kind of safety. You think you would also feel safe in your grandmother's arms? In the arms of any other strong women in your family. There you go. Get it, Victoria. Now you're in the right headspace. That's the 60s attitude. And the 70s, and the 80s, and the 90s, and the aughts, and the teens. Same attitude, right? Unfortunately. But the heat of Lee's body, the hardness of his muscles. You remember all those biologists, biologist arguments you hate so much and you can't help but smile. The fuck is Holt doing? It's like you're cheating when nobody's looking. Come on, Vic. Let's see the surprise. Close your eyes. You know what they say, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Yeah. Yeah. Dear Lord. I'm gonna keep my eyes open because I just looked and saw I know it's supposed to be like everything's safe and fine. I just saw a fucking Mothman. Like with binoculars at night. So that means it had to have been close. I'm not closing my goddamn eyes. I'll die. Always so nice, Vic. Yeah, shut up, Lee. Just the fuck up. Did you see the Mothman? Oh. Look at the surprise. It's his 2-inch penis. Oh, baby. God. Lee might be insufferable, but this time you feel he's right. You walk in silence to the back of the radio station. Nope, just the station. Ta-da! It's a dog. Go pet that dog. So, what do you think? This took you had to plan this? This took you planning to do? It's a tablecloth, a nice, vase and some flowers, and a picnic basket full of, I'm assuming, food. That's something that Victoria probably is expected to handle on a moment's notice whenever Lee's got a stray hair up his ass and he wants to go somewhere in his Mustang. Lee's smile stays put. Why doesn't he lose that damn smile? A romantic dinner for two under the same meteor shower that amazed our ancestors. I mean, don't speak for the dead. You instinctively put your hand to your belly. And when you realize it, you quickly put it in your pocket. You look at the dog tied to the post. It needs a good petting. Give that dog a pet. The dog growls into the dark. Dun, dun, dun. Boom, boom. Chapter 3. Let me see something real quick. Nope. Is this autosave? One sec. Let me save. Growls into the void, and the void growls back in a almost unhearable tone. All right. I think I'm going to leave us on this cliffhanger for today. Any unsaved? Yes, I just saved. We're good. Yeah. So we're on chapter 3 of Mothmen 1966. Slightly cliffhangery, I know. But we did go a bit long yesterday, and I don't know if I could do another 5-hour stream today. So, calling it a little bit early. Thank you all for hanging out. Y'all are wonderful. Brandon, thank you again for the raid. And for hanging out after your stream. And chatting and everything. Odious, it's always a pleasure. Even with some of the things. Some of the more questionable things. Thank you all for chatting, for lurking, for just coming by and hanging out. I appreciate y'all. Oh, Buffalo, thank you again. Thanks for hanging out. Wow. It's not a. It's yeah. Anyway, it's always a pleasure, y'all. Hope to see you again on Twitch, either here or elsewhere, wherever we shall meet again, and hopefully not have to deal with Lee. But I mean, I think we're gonna have to, see him again eventually. Come Monday, we'll have to see him. All right. Have a good one, all. Bye.